Don't change the way you're sitting right now, okay? If you change the way you're sitting, please go back. Now, I want you to remember this way of sitting in a lot of detail. So, feel what your right hand is doing right now and your right arm. Okay, so you could come back to that position in 10 weeks or in 10 minutes. You're going to go away from this and you're going to come back to this position in 10 minutes. Okay, feel what your left arm is doing in your left hand. Feel what your right leg is doing and the way your right, no, don't change it, William. Go back, please. Yeah, okay. I mean, if you're holding something, you can keep holding it for a second. Feel what, I mean, this is an interesting configuration to find in 10 weeks. And your left leg, feel how the bottom of your bottom is touching the top of the bottom of the chair. Feel how the back of your back is touching the front of the back of the chair. How's your breathing? How's your energy level? And you often sit like this, right? Would you say that this is I mean, you're sitting like this now, you know, but you probably sit like this fairly often. You know, this is a snapshot of your life, right? And just notice, turn your head to the right and feel where you get the signal to stop turning your head. And just notice that. See where your nose is pointing now and where your eyes can point. Your eyes can point a little further than your nose, right? And then turn your head to the left and feel just where it's don't hurt your neck. Just feel where it's a little uncomfortable, where your nose goes and your eyes goes. Okay? And then look up. Feel what it's like to look up now. Where is it stressing your neck? Remember where it stresses your neck to look up. Like, it wouldn't be that easy to watch a whole movie if, you know, a 90-minute movie looking upward. And then look down and see where it's stressed. Feel where there's any slight stresses in the neck. Is this video going now, Alex? Great. Okay, and Stephen, can you just shoot the people so they can see and remember later how they're sitting now? Just so you have to be able to call, this is going to be your old way of sitting, and you'll come back to that later. We'll try a new way of sitting, and this will be your old way of sitting. Also, just how old is this way of sitting? How old do you feel right now? How young in this way of sitting? What's this way of sitting like? What's your relationship with the ground? What's your relationship with gravity? And how's your breathing with your body organized like this? Okay? Now, you're going to come back to this position. You're going to feel how much effort does it take you to stand up, and how much effort does it take you to go back to as close to exactly this position as you can right now. Okay? Go ahead and try that experiment. And then go back to exactly the same position and feel how much effort is it. Do that a couple times so you get a read of how difficult is it to stand on your knees or your back. How old do you feel standing up, and how old do you feel in that position? Okay? And then just go back to that position for a moment. And just stay in that position for another moment. We'll go away from this position in a second, but you all got it? Okay, now look around the room and just look, how old are these animals? Look at each animal and just say, how old does this animal look and how old does this animal look? And try to remember each person so you can see how they look different in 10 minutes or so. Okay? You're going to feel how you look different and how they look different. Okay? Everybody can remember, you have to remember how you're feeling now 10 weeks from now, okay? So please try to remember how you're feeling now, how you're turning your head, how you're sitting. So I'll refer to this as your old way of sitting, okay? I mean that on both levels. The making yourself old way of sitting, and also the old as opposed to the new way of sitting. Okay? Everybody's clear? Then please come to the front of your chair. Sitting way on the edge, the feet wide. If you need to spread out a little back there, you might need a little more room. Yeah. And bring your right hand to your forehead and your left hand to your hip. And very gently turning your head to the right and to the left. As you turn your head, do it with the least amount of effort possible and feel what's the most intelligent movement in your pelvis. Let your pelvis be less dead and let your pelvis move. Find the most intelligent place for your feet. What's the most intelligent movement in your knees? The most intelligent movement in your rib cage? What's the youngest movement in your shoulders? Then take a little rest. How are you sitting now? On the edge of my seat. How does this animal scan the room? What's the age difference of these animals? More alert? Now, why did that work? How many people feel a little improvement of any sort? Why did that work? Awareness. Awareness? It wakes up the brain, but also it does something very interesting. Can I share with you, Gordon? So here, you're connecting your body to your head. See, everyone who has neck how many would like to improve your neck to get younger? Okay? How many would like to improve their lower back? How many would like to improve the knees? They have any knee issues? Okay? So, everyone who has neck problems has a certain characteristic. Would that be good to know? Yes. It would be valuable for you to know what was the thing that makes necks bad, right? And everyone who has a good neck has a certain characteristic. Would you like to know what that is? Yes. Everyone, he's going to hold my lower back. Everyone who has neck problems turns their head like this. And they say, oh, it's my neck hurts. I can't turn my neck. What's turning? What's not turning? Everything else. And everyone with no neck problems turns their head like this. Which husband would you prefer? Would you like this husband better or this husband? You know, and that's a big thing for aging is habit. You know, you get to choose during these 10 weeks how you're going to be, what kind of husband or wife you're going to be for yourself, how you're going to treat yourself. So with the left hand to your head, what you're going to, let me show with Gordon for a second. What you're looking for is how your head can connect the body and enhance the body English. But everybody, especially the men, do less because you want to make it easier, not forcing it, okay? So look for a nice movement. Go ahead, your left hand is to your head now, your right hand is to your pelvis. Come a little more to the front, Valerie, and open the legs wide. Open the legs fairly wide so your hips can move nicely. If you need more room. And please, with your right hand, sense what's happening in your pelvis, sometimes with your eyes closed. And look for the most graceful movement in your feet. Feel the Mother Earth. Use your feet to turn. Do you have room, Dee Dee? Yeah. And your hips to turn, your legs. That's it. And then take a nice rest. Notice any improvements. You want to be a sensual scientist. You want to feel what feels sensuously better for you as a scientist. Where did you improve? Where feels younger? Where feels more intelligent?